Good morning, and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we are going to be doing opening day 6 of our gifts and making day 20 of our make. I cannot believe we're on day 20. Do I say this every day? I'm just so surprised at the time. It's just going so quickly. So I will see you back on the table. Okay, so it's day 6. Day 6 of the 12 days. We're halfway through. Oh my goodness. That is a sweet little ladybug charm. It's so sweet. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what we have today. Oh, that's already open. That's why it was poking me. Hey. How'd I manage that? Okay. It's a sweet little charm. I like that. And something about morality. Prudence. Punderson? So maybe that's out of a book. Oh, wait a minute. So I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Good morning. I am trying to get myself all woke up here. Oh, what was that? And I am not. Okay. Oh, that says musical. Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I'm all excited. I can't see, but hopefully. Oh, we have more wonderful vintage cards in here. These are very old postcards. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's gorgeous. Sweet Kitty Bellairs. Hello, Ethel. Ethel, write to me at once and tell me if you are going to Dixon next month to the General Assembly. 1907. How fun. Oh my gosh, look at this one. It has a little envelope on it. Do I dare see if it actually opens? Oh my gosh, it does open. How cool is that? A note from York Beach. We may be taking some inspiration from this one today. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, these are beautiful cards. Absolutely beautiful cards. Okay. Beautiful. Aw, baby Jesus. Merry Christmas to you all. This one is 1925, a 1925 Christmas postcard. Oh, these are so good. This is from London. This is a London postcard. And these appear to be, I don't know what language, oh, Polska, Polish? I don't know. Somebody's going to correct me on that probably. And that would be okay if I'm wrong. Love the font and the colors, the design. Oh my goodness. Okay. So cool. I'm going to set that with those so that way if those, I might use those in today's make. I don't know what we're doing obviously yet. I don't know. 1961, inauguration of John F. Kennedy. What a cool piece. Come out of there. I don't want to damage it. There's something in here. Hang on. Okay. Oh, just a piece of board to keep it protected. Okay. That's a really neat piece, though. Okay. 50th anniversary of New Mexico. Independence Day. bicentennial. Know where that's gonna go. Oh, I love all the cancellations on this are fantastic. These are so great. Oh, the Civil War Centennial. Huh. There's something in that one, I think. Oh, and this one's in a glassine bag. Love, love, love it. What's in here? Ah, about the albums. Okay. Very cool bits. Father of Modern Photography. These are really neat. Okay. Really, really neat pieces in there. Love those. Okay. Some old greeting cards. Oh, how fun. Lots of wonderful things to draw inspiration from. And, oh, she is adorable. I love her. So, yeah, playing cards. Okay, it's going to be that kind of day again. Yep. Oh, I guess I need to go find some more coffee, don't I? Okay. Okay, I'm not going to fight that bag right now. Oh, I love these work basket magazines. I was just using one in yesterday's make. And tablecloths and bedspreads for crochet. Very pretty. And you know, if you have an image like this and you're like, well, I don't really want to use the whole page, these little squares make wonderful little embellishment pieces. Absolutely wonderful embellishment pieces. And like this is the bedspread and you're like, well, maybe I don't want to use the whole bedspread, right? You could cut that triangle right there with that fringe would be cool, or just the stars and have the stars. Like so many different ways that you can use these magazines. Love them. I really enjoy working with them. You go with that. Okay. Ugh. Oh, these are prescriptions. I still haven't worked with Potter's Infirmary, and I was kind of thinking about maybe working with that. But these are old prescriptions. How fun is that? What year? From the 50s. They're from the 50s. And this is wallpaper trim. Oh, wallpaper border made in England. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Don't know if all that detail is coming in for you. It's a beautiful piece. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, you guys know what I did not do? Oops. I did not take pictures of these packages yet. So, oops, I'm in trouble. All right. This is musical. So how does it work? It says musical. Does it open? Am I going to break it? Oh. That is so sweet. It's a little music box. Aww. A little Santa charm. Aww. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so today we are going to do a Defemember. Trying to put an extra on it, prompt. And we are going to do a mini pocket letter in Specimen. Now, the pocket letter is supposed to have 9 spaces. We don't have 9. We have 6 because that's how I work this out. And I thought I really like the size of this. So our bits that are going to be inside these pockets are going to be approximately 2 1/4 wide, like 2 1/2 tall. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And I folded this in half when I started to sew it, and it's off, but that's okay. It's going to be kind of wonky and silly. So this is just a miniature, like half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, so 8.5 by 5.5 sheet protector for the binder. I have some binders like this, and so I just pulled one of these sleeves to make this, and I just measured, you know, the distance. I wanted it to fit on my page from yesterday. So, and I wanted the overhang of this because I think I'm going to wind some ribbon or twine through here. I'm not sure yet, but I wanted to do this and just kind of decorate the little squares. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I haven't picked a paper pad or anything like that to work with. I don't feel like working on Christmas today. It's really gloomy outside and it's making me crazy. So we're going to do something that's hopefully fun and a little bit brighter. I don't know what I'm going to work on. So I'm going to go dig around in my scrapbook paper until I find a sheet that I like. So I'm not giving you measurements on this because it really just depends on what size you want to make and where you're going to put it. I mean, I trimmed this down. You don't have to. You could use, I mean, it says mini, right? Yeah, mini. So you could do a half sheet, quarter sheet, whatever you want. And actually a quarter sheet split would have been a super cute small project as well. So I think this is going to end up being like twinsies in here. Twinsies and a half. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to go find some paper. What I did was I cut the edge off and cut the bottom off so that way I could separate the two flaps of plastic. Then I cut only the front flap of plastic. I left this back flap is whole. And then I took it to my sewing machine and stitched it back together. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can glue it. You're going to see your glue because it's clear plastic. So that's something you want to take into account during your design process of filling your little mini pocket letters. So how about turn on some more lights so you guys can see. And so I'm going to, pick a paper pad. I thought that was off. I'm telling you, it's super gloomy. Pick a paper pad and get some pieces cut and figure out what we're going to do. So it is mini pocket letter and specimen. So I remembered that I have these Tim Holtz pads and I don't ever use them, and they have like these square shapes in them. And I thought, you know what? The squares on the Tim Holtz pad are a little bit bigger than what I have made on this, but I seldom use these little squares, so why not use them out of my stash? And it's Tim Holtz paper, something that I love. And let's be quite honest, I hoard these. I totally hoard these. So I want to look at these designs and pick my favorite ones. I need 6 designs. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to cut these up. Then we're going to put them in a bag. And I'm going to draw 6 designs, and whatever the 6 designs are that I draw are the ones that we're going to use and embellish somehow. So the only choice I have once I choose those 6 pieces are which side of that piece I use for my front piece. So that way everything's going to be cohesive and it's all going to match. And then once we have those 6, then I can cut them down to fit in the individual spots. And also one thing that we could do is tear them for a rougher edge, but I don't know that I have enough room on these squares to actually tear them down and have them fill the space, because then I'm going to end up using 2 pieces of paper just for the main piece. So anyway, so I'm going to get these cut. I'll put them in a bag and then I'll come back and we'll draw them together. Okay, so I have a brown bag here. And it's a big one because I want to be able to put these in here, shake them up. And because I was trying to decide what prompt. Okay, I was going to try to decide what prompt we were going to use today. So I'm going to set this here. I cannot see in. Well, you can see, I can't see. So, 1, I'm not even going to look at him. I'm looking away. 2, well, 3, 4. Be easier if I could look. 5 and 6. Okay, where'd they all go? Just throwing them up here. Okay, so we have 6 of these here. I'll pull these back out of the bag and just set them aside in case we want to make like tags or something out of those. Oh my gosh, so what did we end up with? Okay, I have the guy. I didn't cut that one very well. A bird. Bird. We can't have two of the same design. Okay. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. I guess I need to go back in the bag, but I'm gonna set that aside so we don't grab that one again. I love this because I really don't want to make a decision. I hardly could make a decision on even what to make today. Mark kept saying, don't you need to go film? And I'm like, yeah. He's, why aren't you? I'm like, because I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea what I want to do. Okay, so what do we have? We have a bird nest, a man. Ooh, he's going to be like the researcher guy. Okay. Do I love my options? But I told myself I could use either of the sides, right? So I like that one with him. Those kind of go together. And then I do love that bird. And we have that. And then I actually really like both of these. But I think I want to stick with the yellow because that's yellow and this has yellow flowers, and that way they're a little bit more cohesive. Although this is blue and there's no blue in here. But that's green. That's green, but they're the different greens. I'm not allowed to change my mind, am I? I made the rules. Am I allowed to break the rules? Here we go. Okay, let's do that. It's just there's no blue in this, so that's bothering me. I know, that's cheating. I cheated. Somebody can tell on me. It's fine. Okay, there. I think that looks better than the blue. Don't you agree? You agree, right? Okay, so then we have to decide what we want to do. So like this one is going to go here. So we have to cut it down, but I think I'm going to have to cut some of the flowers off. I can cut a little bit off of the bird, but for the most part, I'm going to have to cut the flower aside. So let's just trim a little off the bird edge, and then I will speed this up so you don't have to sit here and watch me fiddle with getting these cut down to the right size so that they fit in our pockets, okay? So I will be back in a minute. Well, it would certainly be easier if they were all the same size for sure. So then I could just pre-cut them. So that would be something I would suggest is when you're doing this, make sure your stuff's all the same size. But I like it. I like I like that it's random, but not so random. We have our little bits here that I probably will just put in the trash. I don't think I'll end up using any of those, but we'll leave them here while we're working on this just in case. So now what I want to do is get some stamps out and see what kind of ephemera we might want to put on these. So, oh, this one is backwards. This one's backwards. I had to pull it back out and take the tops off a little bit more. I didn't like how they were looking. Now, I did consider sewing around all of these, but my issue is I am almost out of this dark brown thread. I need to get to Erie to Joanne to pick up some more dark brown thread. I don't have any more.
and my bobbin's almost empty. So I'm like, and now I won't be over there until like after Christmas. But anyway, so I'm going to probably trim these threads off because I really want this to be like the thing that we're dealing with. So I'm going to dig around for some ephemera and see what I want to use on this. I have some scraps here. I got my scrap bag at Tim Holtz paper pads. They are not all from the same collection, but I tried to pick things that I thought would go with it. I have the Creative Expressions stamp set by Tracy Fox, the Nature Fill-ins here. And I've got a little tag on my stamp block already for the museum collection. For Stamp Inside the Box, so I thought that would be kind of fun. And then there's a private collection here as well for a little tag. And so I feel like maybe he, you know, gathered some things for his private collection, but he also has some things for his museum collection as well. And of course I have my Tim Holtz stuff over here from Stampers Anonymous. So I'm going to do some stamping, and then we're going to see where this leads us and how we want to decorate these and or fill these pockets. I also have my ephemera folios right here that we can decorate these. I'm trying to not overthink this, which is a big struggle for me right now, but I'm just trying to find a flow and get in a groove here and do some stamping on some bits and pieces and parts, and then go from there. So first I want to do a little bit of stamping on the background to give these some interest. So this one with the label I'm going to set aside, get another stamp block here, and decide like which of these I want to use. I have my archival inks and my VersaFine. I think I probably want to get a red out, and I'm not thinking that I want to use maybe my brightest red that's in here, which would be this Dewdrop. Versa Magic is a really good red, but I don't know that I want that bright of a red. I'm thinking more like, yeah, I love this color, so I'm probably just going to use this plum as a red because I think, oops, I think that, oh, where'd he go? Well, now I'm all messed up, but that's okay. Well, we get him back in order. Chloe is in my chair over here. I'm like, would you stop bathing and give me back my chair, please? But anyway, okay, so I have to figure out how I had these. Oh my goodness gracious. Something like this, right? And yeah, that's how we had them, right? I think so. Good enough. Anyway, so I'm going to do some stamping, but I like the plum. He is a little bit more red. You know what? I wonder, crackling campfire. I always say this is too orange when I try to use it, but I think that that crackling campfire is the color I want for him. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna stamp. Okay, so I've done some stamping, some inking. I do think I'm going to end up gold splattering these. I just feel like they need a little bit more. I've got to figure out what to do with these stamps. They just keep falling off. I keep saying it, I keep saying it, and I'm just totally over fighting with these in this background piece. So I think I'm gonna pick one of my little tins and put those in a tin and not worry about which set they're from, because I'm just over it. over it. I tell you, over it. Okay, so let's do, I like that this says purchasers. So let's just find my scissors. Oh, how cool. I have been freezing all day, and now, like right now, I'm like, whew, I'm warm finally. I had 3 layers on. That's probably why I finally got warm. I think I want to make this like a ticket on something. Where's my ticket punch? Okay. Oh, that's a hole punch, not a ticket punch, Jody. Wrong purple. I know I'm quiet today. I'm sorry. I am going to be fast forwarding a good majority of this video, and some will be set to music and some not. If I had had my TV playing in the background, I will have to set it to music, just because of the copyright issues. But if it's not, then I probably won't worry too much about the music and just set it for fast forward, because I know it gets really boring. Like, you guys don't just want to sit here and watch me like stamp and ink everything, but that's kind of the gist of what I'm doing to get to the point here where we can start decorating this. So yeah, I want to try, I want to try to just have this as a fun little piece in our 12 days make. I mean, oh my gosh, our December daily. At least I do know my name today. I will say barely, but I do know my name. Okay, so this private collection one, I kind of wanted to get that 3. I just think that 3 is really cool. And I'm not really worried so much about actually writing in these little tags. I just think they'll be kind of fun to have like in the little pockets, just as little interesting pieces. I am thrilled with the way these Tracy stamps are stamping, by the way. So to the person who sent them to me for my birthday, thank you very much. I am loving them. Been wanting to play with them, but I haven't been able to like work them really into a project very much. So this is good to take a step away from Christmas and just like play with something. I better be really careful because I don't want to stamp on one of the other bits, and I just wanted that for interest. Can I get enough of it in there? I think if I cut in the side the smaller line and make the smaller line like the tag shape, it'll be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Just do it, Jody. Just do it. Try not to overthink. You know, I find that when I overthink everything, which if you know me is like all the time, that I am not as free with myself and my creativity. So I really am trying not to overthink this and just do whatever little random bit makes me happy. So like, I think that could be kind of fun on there somewhere. Or maybe I swap for some color variation and work these bits around. So I'm going to work this out. It's much later, and as usual, I took forever to get this done. I couldn't make up my mind. Look at this cute little tag I made though. So I think I'm going to sit with the rest of these and just see what kind of tags or little embellishments I can make out of them. I mean, not the ones that are whole still, but the ones that I've torn bits off of. Like, make that be a cute small tag, and then that could be like a little ticket. So I'm going to do that still, but the ones that I didn't use, I'm going to put back in my Timmy bag for my scraps. And I really didn't use that many of my little Timmy scraps either because of the way this ended up coming together. Is it perfect? No. Do I like it? Yes. Is that what matters? Yes. So there we go. All right. Am I being kind of sassy? Yes. Okay, so we have our thing here, our pocket, and we're going to slide these in here. And I had to think, like, I made that cute tag and I was going to tuck it into this pocket, but I thought that's silly because it covered this embellishment and we couldn't see it. So I strategically stamped over the R with one of Tracy's ticket or tag shapes, and that way I can still see my 2 and have like show that that's like a little tiny pocket. So So these are all going to go in here. I stamped on him and I stamped here, but I really didn't embellish this. I didn't feel like it needed a lot. I did think about doing some heat embossing, but as you can see, oh wait, as you can see, I don't have room for that right now. So I opted not to heat emboss. So I have this, and I have so many little bits and pieces and things that have to be cleaned and put away now from making this, but I really like it. And I'm so glad that after I filmed that segment, I was like, oh my gosh, the Timmy pad has those little squares, and I don't use them very often. So what a fun little collection of tags. And now you can't even really tell that these were blank backgrounds with the stamping and embellishment that we did on them, which I think is kind of fun. I have this, whatever this is called, burlap ribbon. And I think I'm going to run a bead of glue down the edge of this and do this. I like actually the fluffy is going to go toward the outside. And that way we have just some interest on the edge of our thing here. I'm going to do it the full length, I think, maybe. And then, yeah, I'm still working that out in my head, if you can't tell. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, so I have my day for day 20. It's day 20 there. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I had a little moment there. You guys know I'm struggling with what days I'm working on. I was like, oh, is that the wrong day? Please don't be the wrong day. It's not. Okay. So we have this, and you know what I was going to do and I didn't do? How am I going to attach this? You know what? What's on this side? Oh, the poinsettia page. Okay. How am I going to do that? Actually, I think the burlap will be okay on this page as well. Let me work this out in my head. I think I'm going to staple it to the edge, and then once it's stapled and we run the burlap along the edge, it's not going to show. Then if I just staple it on the very edge, it will be fine. I didn't end up embellishing this one. And look, that one's even upside down. So we don't need to see the back part of this because Jody wasn't paying attention to what she was doing. Maybe I will glue it. Okay, so I opted just to glue it down, and I did art glitter glue, and I did art glitter glue just in the areas that would be hidden by the squares. I didn't want it seeping out anywhere or causing us any problems. Visually, I just didn't want to see it seeping out. So hopefully that will hold. What's going to happen is I'm going to end up putting this under like a book or something to squish it. Yeah. So then what I want to do is I want to just kind of come in here and measure my burlap and cut my burlap to whatever size it is that I want it, height-wise. And I'm probably going to end up forsaking a couple of rows of it, but it's fine. I want to make sure that it's covering the area that I want to make sure it's covering the area that I want it to cover. I mean, okay. So with the burlap, you could just kind of take your time and follow down a row of weaving. And it kind of does create a dust. I think it's a stinky dust, but I like to work with burlap. So I like the rustic feel of it, but it can be stinky and dusty. So just be aware. And then I'm going to grab that and pull that off there. Okay, so then that's going to give me a little bit of overhang, a fluff on that side. And I'm just going to come in here and cross my fingers and toes that I get this correct. And I'm just coming in on where there's solid, plastic here to glue this down and hope for the best. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'm going to have to trim it. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to hold. It's It's just a matter of getting it on here and holding it down and allowing that to grip. I mean, art glitter glue dries pretty quickly. I just have to get it on there in such a way that I'm like satisfied with it and hope I don't have to move it around very much because I'll break that seal. Yeah. And then I'm going to flip it over this side and do the same thing on this side. I don't necessarily want too much on this side, but I do want to hide the back part of this plastic. So I'm going to cut the other row and get that glued down, then I'll come back. Okay, so there is our day 20 make, and that is for, do I have a pencil? Of course I don't have a pencil, but I'll mark this off and I'll put the day on here. And I need to, should have put on like this tag here, maybe I'll write it on the back of it that it's the, except for I glued it in there, but it's the Defemmer prompt. Defemmer prompt, and that it is the mini pocket letter and specimen. I like that, and maybe I'll make a label and just stick it down here so that we know that that's what this make is. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me, and again, I really am enjoying reading the comments. I know as it's getting closer to Christmas that we're all getting super busy, so even if you just give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, smiley face, something that says, hey, I watched your video and I liked it, I would appreciate it. And I hope as we get closer to Christmas, you guys are not all stressed out and that you are finding some peace and joy in each of your days. Thank you for joining me. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.